We have one more poem for you today before we end things. There you go. Every day that we were doing our poetry, you remember we requested if you had any denim pockets to send them. And those pockets were used for our poetry pockets. And there was a little poem that went along with those pockets, and it was called Keep a Poem in My Pocket. And the students one day at the beginning of the month decorated their pockets. If you've been in our classroom, you might have seen them hanging up. And every day we would read some piece of poetry. I would give them a copy of a piece of poetry, and we would read it and learn it as a class. And then after we learned it as a class, they would go and read it with a buddy so that they really knew that poem. And then what they would do is they would go and take that piece of poetry and they'd put it in their poetry pocket. And if you look, Mrs. Schmidt has done the same thing. Those are her kiddos' poetry pockets. And so now that we're done with our poetry this month, they'll be bringing their poetry pockets home, and they can share some of the things that they have inside there. So this is a poem that we did quite often, right, boys and girls? Yeah. It's called Keep a Poem in Your Pocket. So standing up nice and tall. Alexander, can you up on your knees? There you go. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Keep a poem in your pocket and a picture in your head, and you'll never feel lonely at night when you're in bed. The little poem will sing to you, the little picture bring to you, a dozen dreams to dance to you at night when you're in bed. So keep a poem in your pocket and a picture in your head, and you'll never feel lonely at night when you're in bed.
Thank you so much for coming. This is such a great experience, and to be able to get on stage and speak in front of a crowd at the age of 6 or 7, I don't think I ever forgot to do that, unless I was on a music bleacher stand singing with a group of kids. So this is a good experience for them. I'm going to let the boys and girls